Guys, have you ever noticed how Americans sound so different from, say, British? Well, it seems to me that both use the same vocabulary, or pretty much the same vocabulary. They definitely use the same alphabet, and they have identical grammar. So what makes those two sound so different? And most importantly, what makes American accent so American? I say, let's find out. It's Natalia and you're watching English Brew. And in today's episode, we're discussing the most American sound ever, flap T. But before we go any further, let me just have a sip of water. A sip of water. Water. Wait a minute. Am I hearing a D sound in the word water? What? Well, it turns out that substituting T with a short soft D sound is one of the most prominent features of North American English. And it's one of the main reasons why American accent sounds different from British accent. So let's have a look at some examples. For instance, instead of saying water with a very crisp T sound, Canadians or Americans will say water, water, with a very distinct D sound. A glass of water.
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 Or instead of saying later, they will say later. Later. I'll see you later.
What?
We're still married. Don't tell Rachel, see you later.
So this substitution of T with D is what they call flap T. Alright, so earlier in this video I said that flap T resembles a short, soft D sound. But it is not quite the D sound as we know it. So what is flap T exactly? We are going to begin with the word dad. The word dad and the D sound in the word dad is that classic D. The position of your tongue, the tongue is touching your upper palate, right behind your teeth, and that's how you produce that firm voiced D sound. Dad, dad. Now, what if we take the word ladder? Word ladder also has a letter D and a D sound, but the D is positioned between two vowels. So it cannot be as firm, or otherwise it's gonna sound as ladder, ladder. And that's not the sound that we're going for. We're going for a soft D, for a less voiced D. Ladder, ladder. If you're having trouble pronouncing the word ladder, try to break it down into syllables. You have 2 syllables, and the stress is on the first syllable. It is important. Ladder, ladder. Try to lower your voice a little bit. Try to whisper it. Ladder, ladder, ladder. So the D sound in the word ladder is the same D sound as in the word water. So if you mastered the word ladder, you mastered that flap T that we're talking about. Alright, now that we know how to pronounce flap T, it's time for us to know when to pronounce flap T. There are 3 major instances. Instance number 1 is when T or double T is positioned between 2 vowels. For example, better, water, later. It can happen that you'll see flap T in between words. For example, about it. T is in between 2 vowels. Did you hear about it? About it. We also use flap T in TL combination. For instance, saddle, little, battle. And finally, our T combination also produces flap T. For instance, dirty, 30, flirty. Now it's time for us to practice some of the most common words and phrases that contain flap T. So let's begin with the word later. The word later contains 2 syllables. Later, later. I'll see you later. If you're having difficulty saying later, try to lower your voice a little bit. Try to whisper it. I'll see you later. Later. I'll see you later. All right, on to the second word. Water. There are 2 syllables. The first is wa, and the second one is der. So make sure your wa is very long. It has a very long vowel. Ah, water. Try to whisper it if you're having trouble with it. Water. Can I get some water? On to the next word. Little. 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 Can I get a little water? Can I get a little water? It's a little bit more challenging because you have little and water in the same sentence. But I believe in you guys. I know you can do it. Can I have a little water? Can I have a little water? The next word is beautiful. 3 syllables. And the first syllable is the stressed one. Beautiful. That's a beautiful dress. Now let's practice situations where flap T occurs in between words. What a nice weather. What a nice weather. What. You can also say what a nice weather, but it's not gonna sound as natural. What a nice weather. Try to link what and a together and make it one word. What. Kind of sounds like water, but doesn't have an R in the end. What a nice weather. Tell me about it. About it. About it. Again, we're trying to link in 2 words into one. About it. Tell me about it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Here we have nada. We can also say it's not a big deal, but we will try to say it with the flap T to sound more American. It's not a big deal. But I didn't know. But I didn't know. But I didn't know. Get a different car. Get a different car. Get a different car. See where I'm linking it? I'm putting get a in one word. Different car. Get a different car. Let them have it. Here we have a very interesting example because let T is not in between the 2 vowels. But we don't pronounce them as them. We actually reduce it to M. It's a contraction. So we're saying let 'em. And in that instance, it's perfectly fine to use our flap T. Let 'em use it. Let 'em use it. Let 'em. Alright you guys, that was it for today. Hopefully you liked this video and hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing to this channel. If you have any question or perhaps a video suggestion, comment down below. I'd love to see your comments. And I'll see you in the next video.